It's a Victory Monday here on Philadelphia Eagles Now, and coming up on another loaded show, we have an injury update on A.J. Brown, what's going on with his knee, and what does it mean for this Eagles team moving forward. We're also going to recap yesterday's craziness. What a game at Lincoln Financial Field. Before we get started, we're making major moves here on the channel. We're 351 people away from 90,000 subscribers. Once we get to 100K, we're getting that silver plaque from YouTube, and we're having a party and a celebration right here on the show. So if you want Eagles shows every single day that are insightful, informative, entertaining, thought-provoking, where you have a voice, this is your go-to spot for Eagles talk right here on YouTube. Lock us in, subscribe, and with that, let's start the show. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. Chase Senior here with you. Hope all of your weeks are off to an awesome start. No matter where you are, how you're tuned in, I greatly appreciate all of you for making today's show a part of your day. Let's begin with this. We have a new A.J. Brown injury update. Left the game in the first half during that victory against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Did not return to the game. And overnight, we're wondering what's going on with one of the top wide receivers in football. Jordan Schultz, NFL Insider, with an update on that front on this Monday morning with this, saying A.J. Brown, who left that game with the knee injury, avoided anything serious. He is expected to be fine. More good news for Philadelphia. He then followed that up with this tweet that he will have an MRI later today to determine the full extent of that injury, but the Eagles believe they've avoided anything serious, which is great news for Jaylen Herz and a red-hot Philadelphia offense. It's great news that he's not expected to be out for an extended period of time. He's missed 3 games already with that hamstring injury earlier this year, but when on the field, one of the top playmakers in the sport. He's the second highest graded wide receiver in the game according to Pro Football Focus, with an overall grade of 90.9 and a receiving grade of 91.1. And in 5 games this year, he has made his impact be felt. Complete route tree, deep threat, over the middle threat, creating yards after the catch. A dynamic player who has tallied 23 catches for 444 yards, 19.3 yards per catch, which is a career high, 88.8 yards per game through the air, and 3 touchdowns. The good news for Philadelphia is that Jalen Herz performed very well without A.J. Brown in that second half against the Jags. And in his career, when A.J. Brown has not played, historically, Herz has not performed well. But without A.J., and Devonte Smith certainly stepped up, Saquon Barkley was a star, Herz was 5 of 8, completed 63% of his passes, 114 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, the ridiculous grab by Devonte Smith, a rushing touchdown, and a passer rating of 145.8. Looking ahead, the Dallas Cowboys are also banged up. CD Lamb, he's hurt. Dak Prescott hurt his hamstring. Either way, when the Eagles don't have A.J. Brown, the offense changes a little bit, but this is a good sign that Hertz was able to really lift this offense and carry this offense as that game got tense in that 3rd and 4th quarter. If you're feeling good on a Victory Monday, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. It's incredible how the Eagles change our mood, and when they win, especially rocking those icy Kelly greens, our weeks get off to so much of a better start. So be sure to smash that thumbs up icon. A big reason the Philadelphia Eagles won that game yesterday, Jalen Herz played like and has been playing like one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League. During this 4-game winning streak for Philadelphia, Hertz has a combined 12 touchdowns and 0 giveaways. To start the year, what was so problematic for Hertz in this offense? He was allergic to not turning the ball over. But during this 4-game winning streak, he has kept the ball out of harm's way. With that, his confidence has gone up, and his play has been spectacular. Against the Jags, 18 of 24 through the air, 230 yards, 9.5 yards per completion, 2 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 132.3. But he looked every bit of the dual-threat quarterback that he was in 2022, which made him the NFL MVP runner-up, and that's also been a consistent theme during this 4-game winning streak. 13 carries, 67 yards, a couple of huge runs, 5.2 yards per carry, a touchdown, and a long of 21. The touchdown run that he had, the pull block from Fred Johnson, the speed on a couple of those runs, showing some tackle breaking ability to move the chains. And throwing-wise against Jacksonville, Hertz completed 4 deep balls, the best mark of his NFL career. And with him going 18 of 24, this passing chart looked a lot like the passing chart from the previous week against the Cincinnati Bengals. Remember that image? Remember this image. What is the takeaway here? He is completing footballs sideline to sideline, all across the field to the boundary, outside the numbers, in between the hashes and in between the numbers, and at all 3 levels. And when he's playing like this and the Eagles are playing complementary football and they're having success on the ground as well with the top 5 offensive line, this Eagles team, very difficult to beat. It really starts and ends with the play of Jalen Herz. And the macro on him during this impressive stretch for Philadelphia is they are now 6-2. He is in control. He is decisive. He is confident. He's very accurate. Continues to be, in my opinion, the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. Dimes to Saquon on the wheel route. A dime to Devonte Smith on that 3rd and long. He's also been clutch, and he's running the ball very, very well. So I ask you this. Is Jalen Herz back to being one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League? Type E for elite, TBD for not sure. Like I said at the rip, let your voices be heard here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. Our sponsor for today's Eagles Now, our friends at GameTime. This is the only ticketing app that I use because it's the best ticketing app in the marketplace. If you want to go to an Eagles game this year, plenty of tickets available, home or on the road. And with the GameTime app, they have GameTime picks. The curation feature makes it easier to save more on sporting events, but also concerts, comedy shows, and theater events. Make sure you toggle the all-in pricing tool. This will show you the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. How often do we use other ticketing apps and we think that we get a great deal, and then at checkout, there's like $150 in fees? Not on Game Time if you hit that all-in pricing tool. I also love how you get seat views. You can get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. GameTime also has the lowest price guaranteed, or GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. So here's the deal. Download the GameTime app, create an account, use the code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off. Terms apply. First purchase only. Eagles, Cowboys. Stumbling Dallas in Arlington, Jerry World. If you want to go to that game, again, plenty of tickets available. We appreciate Game Time for making today's show possible. Let me continue by saying that the Kelly Green unis, some of the freshest unis in the National Football League. It was our first look at Saquon Barkley and the Kelly Greens, and boy, did he show up, did he ball out, and did he put forward a spectacular performance. The 3rd and 17 run with the touchdown here, the backwards hurdle left everybody shook and shocked. For those of you who watched the watch party, about 100,000 of you joined me during that game and during the play. How many highlight reel-worthy plays did we see? The Hertz throw to Devonte Smith, one-handed grab, the backwards hurdle, the Jalen Herz touchdown, the Saquon Barkley long run on that 3rd and 17, the Jahan Dotson climb the ladder flying like an eagle, as he said on X after the game. So many high-level plays in that football game. None better than this one, which is the banner photo of the NFL page on X, formerly known as Twitter. Right now, Saquon Barkley is playing like the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. He has been an incredible addition to this Eagles offense. He's helped out Jalen Hertz. He's helped out this passing game, and he's having a career season. And it's great to see him sticking it to the New York Giants, who never wanted him back and didn't bring him back because there was a difference in a couple of $1 million. And the Eagles are very happy that they decided to invest in him. He's number 1 in scrimmage yards per game in the National Football League, and he's number 2 in rushing yards and all-purpose yards per game behind Derrick Henry. Against Jacksonville, Eagles used him like a workhorse, and he came through big time. 27 carries, $159, 5.9 yards per carry, 40 receiving yards, and 2 total touchdowns. And on the year, 8 games played for him, 157 totes, 925 yards as we approach the midway point of the season, 6 rushing touchdowns, and a career-high 5.9 yards per carry. And right now, there are really 2 players jockeying to win NFL Offensive Player of the Year. I think Jared Goff is the leader in the clubhouse to win NFL MVP, but it's Saquon and it's Derrick Henry, the ageless wonder in Baltimore who gives the Ravens the thunder to the lightning for Lamar Jackson. But does Derrick Henry impact the game as much as Saquon? He is not the receiving threat that Saquon is. Derrick Henry can catch the ball, but he's not going out of the backfield on wheel routes, catching the ball like Willie Mays over the shoulder in the end zone. So for me, it's Saquon, who right now is the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention Devonte Smith. A.J. Brown goes up, Devonte Smith rises up to the occasion, and the last 2 games he has really shown why he could be a number 1 wide receiver on several NFL teams. And for him to take that deal, $25 million per season, a bargain for Philadelphia. This touchdown grab, one of the catches of the year. One-handed catch in a clutch moment when the Eagles needed some points on a 3rd and 22, and somehow he was able to go toe drag swag in the back of the end zone. For the game, 4 catches, 87 yards. The conversion that he had on that 3rd and 6 during a critical moment of the ball game was also huge. As for this Eagles defense, I know that in that second half, Philadelphia got outscored by a lot by Jacksonville. Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence, they were on the same page. They found a little bit of a groove, and they were able to convert on 2 two-point conversions to make that game close. Of course, that wild Saquon Barkley fumble, which should have never been a fumble, changed the momentum of the game. But during this 4-game winning streak, it's not a coincidence that this Eagles defense has also been playing very well, and you have to give Vic Fangio and Howie Roseman credit. All throughout training camp, all throughout preseason, and to start the year, they believed in Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean. And during this 4-game winning tear, both of those players have performed very, very well. Bond, 10 tackles, led the game, a TFL, a pick, 2 pass breakups. Nakobe Dean, 2 tackles, a pick as well, 2 pass breakups. It's the first time that 2 linebackers on an Eagles defense have both had an interception in like a quarter century. Zach Bond deserves a contract extension. Nakobe Dean, it's great to see him playing like the player that he was at Georgia, and they've really helped to secure that second level of this Eagles defense, but they're also making plays around the line of scrimmage at that first level of the Eagles defense. Be sure to give me a follow, by the way, on X and Instagram. I put out a bunch of short-form content covering the Eagles and the NFL on my social media pages. You'll see that if you visit those pages right now, plenty of content from that Eagles game yesterday at Chase_Senior on both platforms. Let's round out with this. Look, it's simple. Nick Sirianni has to be better. He nearly cost the Eagles another game, and he was a big reason why this game was even close. I have defended Nick Sirianni. I do think that he's a really good coach in this league. As the CEO head coach, I do think that is an important role for coaches out there. Bill Belichick does it. Mike Tomlin does it. I guess Bill Belichick did it. He was a CEO type of coach. Mike Tomlin, Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh, Dan Quinn. You don't have to be a play caller to be a good head coach in this league. But if you don't call plays, you have to manage the game pretty well. And Nick Sirianni didn't do that against Jacksonville. On the bright side, he is 40-19 as a head coach in this league. That's the #1 winning percentage among active head coaches in the NFL. You can't just tell me it's all about talent, because culture and coaching matter. That's what Sirianni brings. I like him being aggressive, but he has to do a better job of picking and choosing his spots. And when it doesn't work once, sometimes you don't have to double and triple down on it, like Nick Sirianni did yesterday. 0 of 3 on 2-point conversions. That is a potential 3 points right there. 0 of 2 on 4th downs when you could have kicked a field goal. That is a potential 6 points. That's 9 points right there, which could have helped me because I took the Eagles minus 7.5, and that obviously didn't hit, but it could have saved us all from nearly having a heart attack, but it could have helped Philadelphia, most importantly, and non-jokingly, with this game not even being close. Lane Johnson even said after the game, you don't like when you don't convert. I just want the points. And I agree that Philadelphia should have taken the points. The first 4th down call, A.J. Brown was open. Bad throw by Jaylen Herz. Good play by the DB. Fine. Later in the game, though, take the 3. The brotherly shove doesn't work once. Don't double down on it, go for it again, and then go for a 2-point conversion a 3rd time. And so I love this Eagles team. I love the makeup of this team. Jalen Hurts is playing elite football. Top 5 offensive line. Arguably the best skill position player in the NFL in Saquon Barkley, the first or second best running back this year. A.J. Brown, Devonte Smith, dynamite. Dallas Goedert when he comes back. Grant Calcaterra, you're good at tight end. Defensively, they are turning the corner, but the head coach is an issue. And if he makes some of these idiotic decisions and mistakes in a playoff game, when the margins are even more razor thin, and these games are decided by 1 score or less, that could cost the Eagles a playoff game. And it can't happen. So what is your panic level with Nick Sirianni? Are you worried? Are you not? 1, not concerned at all. 100, white hot, his seat is hot, and you think that Nick Sirianni could cost this team? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you later today here with another Eagles Now because the content doesn't stop.